students to another lecture. Today we will start with Griffith's experiment. In previous lecture I gave you basic fundamentals about transformation. Transformation that occurs in bacteria. So why Griffith's experiment is important? Because first time experimentally transformation principle was experimented by Frederick Griffith. So first of all, remember Frederick Griffith was the first person who experimented transformation. In previous class I told about transformation. Transformation is a process by which any cell capable of intaking foreign DNA is known as transformation. Though Griffith experimented this transformation, but during that time it was not known that DNA was the transforming material, which was proved later. So today we will only study about Griffith's experiment. Now before starting Griffith's experiment, remember that the full name of the scientist is Frederick Griffith. And he conducted the experiment in 1928. So what was the basic of Griffith's experiment? Griffith conducted his experiment of transformation in a bacteria. And what is the name of the bacteria? The bacteria is known as Streptococcus pneumonia. Streptococcus pneumonia is a capsulated bacteria. Okay, Streptococcus pneumonia is a capsulated bacteria that shows natural phenomena of transformation. So what was the basis of this experiment? He mainly took 2 points. First of all, remember the Streptococcus pneumonia, it causes pneumonia in mammals as well as rodent. So he conducted his experiment onto the mouse. Okay, and this Streptococcus pneumonia is present in 2 phenotypes. One is capsulated, means capsule is present outside, that makes these cells appear smooth due to the presence of capsule. Okay, so the capsulated strains are known as S or smooth variety. Why smooth? Because capsule is present, and this capsule is formed of complex polysaccharide. This capsule is made of complex polysaccharide. So this smooth variety of Streptococcus pneumonia is known to be virulent, means it is pathogen that causes disease within the susceptible host, means the animals that get or capture the disease. So this polysaccharide capsule, when present, the colony appears smooth. Okay, and another variety that was used was non-capsulated strain. Non-capsulated, so basically as capsule was absent, this strain is known as R strain, as it gives rough colony. So this rough smooth appearance mainly occurs, the whole is within the blood agar medium. When Streptococcus was grown in blood agar medium, certain cells mostly are smooth that have capsules and are virulent, and those that are mutated strains are non-capsulated and appear rough. These are mostly non-virulent. Okay, students, these two mainly phenotypes are used by Griffith for his experiment on transformation. Let's see how he conducted his experiment. Remember, there are two types. One is the capsulated that appear as smooth colonies and is virulent form. Another one is not capsulated that appear rough and this is non-pathogenic form. Okay. Now let's see the experiment. Okay, here mainly there are different, he used different serotypes. Okay, for smooth, Griffith used type 3S, and for rough strain he used type 2R. This type 2 and type 3 are different serotypes of the organism. Serotypes means these are based on the nature of the polysaccharide capsule. What are the components of the polysaccharide capsule? There are certain change. Okay, and the rough colony is a result of mutation that occurs 1 cell per 10 to the power 7 cells. Okay, so in the start of his experiment, firstly, what was done by Griffith? These rough capsulated streptococci that were capsulated. See, I am marking this capsule. This was type 3S, smooth. As I told you previously that this type S is pathogenic. That was given with living mouse, and this mouse are susceptible to pneumonia by the infection of Streptococcus pneumonia. As a result, what happened? The mice died. Mouse died of pneumonia, and from that died mouse, living type 3S was isolated as it was pathogenic. Okay, this was the first step. In second step, he simply heat killed the type 3S. Very important point. See, this type 3S is pathogenic variant, but Griffith in next stage he heat killed this strain and added it with living mouse. As we all know that any dead bacteria cannot cause disease, as this is a virulent but this is a dead strain, so the mouse survived and no pathogenic bacteria was isolated from the mouse. Okay, clear? These are the two steps. In next step, he added rough strain. Rough is non-pathogenic with living mouse. Okay, and the mouse survived. Clear? In first step, the virulent strain was living, so the mouse died due to pneumonia. In second step, we use heat kill variant of the pathogenic strain, but the mouse survived because the bacteria was dead. In next step, we use non-pathogenic variant, and in this case the mouse also lived. Now at last step, we added both two in the case the mouse did not die. Type 2R, which is non-pathogenic, and this is the dead with living mouse. But the result was astonishing. As we know, in single step, the heat killed strain cannot kill the mouse. Okay, but this was non-pathogenic, and the result was the mouse died, and the pathogenic form was isolated from the carcasses of the mouse. How this result appeared? Because we all know that type 2R is non-pathogenic as it lacks capsule, and another heat kill form cannot mediate pathogenicity. So the big question arises, how the mouse died. Later it was speculated by Griffith that there was something transformed, means it may have transferred something to the 2R which was non-pathogenic to become it pathogenic. But what was the molecule? During the experiment time, this was not known that DNA was the transforming agent. That was later experimented. But this was so much fascinating result, as this type 2R, see, type 2R is non-pathogenic. There's something transferred from type 3S to become it pathogenic. So this molecule was DNA. At that time Griffith did not know that, but there he was sure that something has transformed. Later this experiment was also conducted in the test tube and the result were the same. Means, see, this heat kill type 3S is died, but its DNA contains the genes that code for the capsule formation, and that DNA was passed from type 3S to type 2R to become is pathogenic. See, in the previous class I told you the Streptococcus pneumonia is able to natural transformation. They can share the DNA from one bacteria to another bacteria, and along with the DNA the information for capsule formation was also passed. So the type 2R that was previously non-pathogenic become pathogenic, and that caused the death of the mouse. And after the death of the mouse, the capsulated bacteria were isolated. Means this result directly indicates what? Type 3S transferred something that caused type 2R to synthesize this capsule, and that capsule became it pathogenic. Okay, this was a very simple experiment. In next class we will study about the DNA as a genetic material proof. Okay, and if you have any doubt in this experiment, please mention that in comment section. Thank you.